So there are other things, though. It's like acting is emotionally risky. There's a passage in the book. Remember where I'm on stage in the school play in the 5th grade, and I'm 11 years old, and I made one word incorrect, one word, and it brought the house down with laughter. It wasn't supposed to be funny. I felt this abject embarrassment. I mean, it felt cruel to me. It was really an emotional thing, but I think somewhere in the recesses it made a mark, obviously, and years later, in retrospect, I realized, wow, so I mistakenly misplaced a word and it made people crack up with tremendous laughter. What if I did that on purpose? Oh, wow, I'm learning comedy. You're starting to learn about the misplaced words for comedic effect and things like that. So, but at the time, I wouldn't have wanted to go into that. Would you like to be embarrassed and learn a lesson? No, thanks. Right? So it's the same thing. So there is emotional risk. There is a risk of embarrassment, being ashamed, feeling like you're a fool. Actors need to be willing to go into and embrace those things. If you've seen Breaking Bad, you've seen me naked, completely naked in public. Well, that's not easy to do. Except you look at it and you go, okay, this is one of those times when you have to transcend your mind and say, here I am vulnerable, I am fragile at this moment, it's right for the character. I am not only figuratively naked, I am literally naked in front of all who sees. And they are, and they're crew and people and extras, and I mean they're here, and that's the risk. You have to be willing to be naked and vulnerable. And what I found when you're in grade school, and if you make a mistake or you do something that is embarrassing, yeah, kids will laugh at you. Kids will chuckle and they'll point, and that's what happened in the 5th grade in the school play. But people generally are really wonderful. And once you get out of high school, once you get into college and you mature, what happens when you expose yourself and your vulnerability? Nobody points anymore. If I were to present myself as being a vulnerable character, people want to embrace that. They feel for them. That person is embarrassed, and you want to protect them from that embarrassment. You want to put your arms around them. And so that's the secret. If you want an audience to lean in and invest in your character, in who you are presenting, you first have to be willing to take the clothes off. You have to be willing to say, okay, this is me. This is who I am. There's nothing to hide behind. How do you feel about that? And people, I'm telling you, it's really a risk. It's an emotional risk. Sometimes it's a physical risk, but it works. It pays off. If you do it long enough and enough times, like I have, it becomes easier. So when I get a role, I open up the cavity. I go, okay, what do I need? Let's pull out all the characters. Oh, here's rage. Here's some venomous feelings and greed. And here's jealousy. And here's all these other things I may be feeling because it's right for the character. And let it come out. And let yourself be really and truly human. That's the courageous part. Let yourself be completely and totally human. Warts and all. Let people take you for who you are. And if you can get to that point and own it and be comfortable, somewhat comfortable in your own skin, literally, you come a long way.